Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, everyone. What's up? What's up? Nuke the fridge. This is Lewis here. I know we had scheduled till 9 o'clock, but the weird, this channel is weird, and one of the weird things we do is sometimes we start early. Isn't that weird?
And then sometimes we start late.
And sometimes we don't start. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. How you been, man?
Pretty good, Louie. How you doing?
My voice is effed. Yeah,
Yeah,
got it.
that's what you get for partying with Johnny Depp a week ago.
Yeah, thanks for showing me off like that.
Yeah. I only have friends in low places. You have friends in high places.
And friends that are high. uh, so yeah, we have a lot of news to cover today. Some of it, you know, more relevant than others. A little bit of sad news as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
And Kevin Conroy passed away today, and I believe he was battling cancer. What happened? You did the article, or did
No, Cameron wrote the article today. Actually, it was very heartfelt. He was a big fan. I'm actually the one who called them up after you sent me the link. I called up Cam and I said, Cam, I said Kevin Conroy, and like the first thing out of his mouth was like, no, like he knew it was something bad. And it was sad. He was for a lot of Batman fans, he was the voice. He was Batman.
yeah.
He was Batman, and I got to give credit. If you kind of scroll to the bottom of that, I really like what Cam said at the very end. Can you read that for me, there, Louis?
um, in closing, let's all remember Kevin for what a stand-up guy he is. A legend, legacy. Wait, hold on a second. Sorry, man, my voice is fucking up. In closing, let's all remember Kevin for what a stand-up guy he is and legacy he left behind. A talented performer, a true inspiration, a silent guardian, a watchful protector, a dark knight. Oh man,
Yeah,
that's dope.
yeah.
Was that line in Nolan's Batman, or was it
It
did Nolan
was.
take it from
I don't know. I think it was from Nolan's Batman, but
yeah.
I definitely it was a nice touch.
Yeah.
It was a nice touch, and I know fans across the world because again, he played Batman for a very long time. Louis, he was around there for a long time, and the thing is, he also embraced it. You know, um, voiceover actor, but how he was at the cons, he was there with the fans. He really was beloved by his colleagues, but also the fans. You could see all the pictures. You could literally go online and just go through all the pictures of all the fans that pictures that he was taking with fans. Great guy.
Yeah, I got to interview him once. Dude, man, I forgot though what I was interviewing him for. So I can't even find it right now, but I will be able to find it later. Um, and it was video actually at Comic Con. This was like
Mm,
8 years ago.
mm.
Yeah, a lot of people consider him, their Batman, the best Batman. Um,
Yeah, he
he
was.
did get to play. He did get to play. I don't know if you would call this Batman, but kinda like an older Bruce Wayne right here in the CW. There's a picture. I think
Yeah. Yeah,
there's a
I
still
saw
for.
bits and pieces. Look, I got to tell you something. I haven't watched a whole lot of the CW stuff. It's uh, I never really caught onto it. Like I watched Smallville religiously,
Mhm.
but I never really got into the Arrowverse or whatever you want to call it.
I think it gets an unfair criticism. They
Yeah,
did some cool stuff for a while there, but
yeah,
you can read this entire article on nukethefridge.com. There's a site and stuff like that. But yeah, um, yeah, I like this what the Arrowverse did, um, and stuff. I think it's underrated, but it's kind of like it overstayed its welcome.
yeah. It's kind of like The Walking Dead. I didn't realize that shit was still going on.
Ah
It's like
man,
13 seasons or something like that.
Well, they say it's gonna end, and they keep like procrastinating. Like, oh, the final season starts next
Yeah,
week, and it's like
yeah,
you're like, okay, I'll watch the final season. I want to see what's up, and then
yeah,
it's like the final season part 1.2. It's like
yeah,
what we have. So for part 1.2, there's like 16 episodes.
yeah, yeah. It's a fucking zombie. It just comes back to life.
Well, with The Walking Dead, all I want is like really what I'm gonna do is because I don't watch the show ever since Negan. I can't stand that character. Um, what I'm gonna do is just I wanted to just ask someone who watches it what happens at the end.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I don't want
Yeah,
to.
I got about 8 seasons to catch up because I literally stopped watching it right when they got to the cannibals. Remember the cannibals? I think that was season
Uh,
5, 4 or 5. I literally stopped watching it a long time ago. So,
where they find young cannibals?
they weren't fine young cannibals. They were like hillbilly. Actually, it's worse than yeah, it was bad. It was bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was
Bernadette,
go ahead. Go ahead.
real quick, Bernadette, let us know how we sound. Just checking the audio quality. But yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, bro.
Oh yeah, I see that Bernadette's also saying that yes, he did play the older Bruce Wayne in Batman Beyond. It's interesting. Uh, and I think we talked about this once before. Maybe we didn't. There was years ago. We're talking about 15 years ago, when I was still, in the middle of this. Did you know that when they were Warner Brothers was trying to do a live action Batman Beyond, you know who they wanted to play the older Bruce Wayne?
Kevin Conroy?
No, Clint Eastwood. They
Oh.
were desperate for Clint Eastwood. And I'm thinking to myself, you know what? That might be a good, old, pissed off fucking Bruce Wayne. Clint Eastwood as Batman, or Clint Eastwood as Bruce Wayne.
Yeah,
That would have been
go
interesting.
ahead. Make my night.
Yeah. I'm gonna take you to Arkham Asylum, punk.
Well, I feel like Clint Eastwood's a better Wolverine.
Well, you know what? We need to appreciate Clint a little more right now because he's getting up there in age. And I know we're losing a lot of the greats. And I got to tell you something. Going back to Kevin Conroy, he was only 66 years old. It's a heartbreak.
Oh yeah, it does suck,
It's a
bro.
true heartbreak. It's a true heartbreak to lose someone as beloved, as Kevin Conroy.
Yeah,
That
that's young, dude. Like I
yeah,
gotta say, that's young. You
yeah.
know,
Which
that's
reminds
not.
our which reminds all of our male friends, guys, go get checked up if you have if you're over 40. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Go
Robert's
get
gonna
checked.
film it. Robert's gonna film
No,
his.
I'm not gonna film it. No. I wonder if I'll get any viewers though if I did.
Yeah. Well, anyways, check out Atomic Wire, y'all. He's doing some great work over there. He
Slowly but surely. Slowly but
Yeah,
surely.
a lot of stuff is very slow here on YouTube. But yeah, we're gonna get back into the rhythm, and I got a few strategies, strategic moves to pull for more views. I see the
Yeah.
people coming in here. Lisa Boo, Tammy, how's it going? Witchy Gemini, how's it going? Matthew,
Witchy. Yeah, I see
what
that.
up, Matthew? So yeah, dude, rest in peace, Kevin Conroy. Your legacy will last forever via your incredible Batman.
Yeah, you sure will. It's going to be very hard to find another actor to be able to fill that type of legacy. It's just again, it's a major loss
Yeah, and
for everyone.
100%. Like, I think what made a big difference is that he would go to conventions and
Hmm.
stop and take pictures with fans. And some actors don't do that, man.
Or some actors are buttholes about it, and maybe a little later, I don't know if I think I've told you this story. I don't think I've said this on one of your shows about some interactions that I had with Carrie Fisher and Billy D. Williams. But maybe we'll talk about it. After we talk about so much stuff
Were
that
they
we
good?
currently
Good
have.
interactions or bad?
one great interaction, one horrible interaction on the
Ouch.
same day. You know
With those
what?
two.
You know what? I might as well say it. Okay, so Star Wars Celebration 2. I'm working, it's in Indiana, right? I fly out there, um, and we're working it as press. And you know how this works, Louis. You don't have time sometimes when you're doing all these interviews and you're covering all these events to be able to do stuff for yourself, right? So you've seen what I have. I love collecting. I don't have many action figures. I got other stuff, but the few action figures that I have, I love getting autographed, right? So I had taken a stack of action figures to get autographed because I was hoping to get like Tony Daniels and Kenny Baker and all these different people. But I was so busy covering Star Wars Celebration 2, I didn't get a chance to line up because the lines were ridiculous for autographs. So it is what it is. I'm jumping back on the airplane on Sunday, right? And as I'm walking to the back of the airplane, lo and behold, less than 10 seats away from me, on the left-hand side, I have Billy D. Williams. On the right-hand side, about 2 seats behind him, it's Carrie Fisher. And I'm like, holy
Wow.
crap. Holy crap. Wow. Wow. And I'm there
Man.
with my ex-wife wife at the time, ex-wife now, right? And I'm looking and I'm like, "Oh my God." And she goes, "You're not going to bother them, right?" And I'm like, no."
Yeah.
I'm like, "No, no." And this is what's kind of creepy. I remember this specifically, that Billy D. Williams was sitting next to a very young Air Force cadet, and he was talking to her and just being really, like, flirtatious, being very, that old smoothie that he is in real life, right? And I said, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna go ask, right? And the plane takes off. Once we're at like cruising speed, I go into my carry-on because that's where I had my action figures, and I pulled the Lando action figure and the Princess Leia action figure. And I go to, Billy D. Williams, and I said, "Sir, I apologize. I don't mean to interrupt." He was like, "Well, what's up?" And then, and I'm like, "Listen, I'm a member of the press, and I didn't have a chance to go get autographs. Would it be too much to ask for an autograph on this action figure?" And he's like, Lucasfilm flies me all over the world for this stuff and this. And, hold on a second. And he says, "And if you want an autograph, it's going to cost you $50, right?" And I'm like, "Okay, well, whatever. At least I didn't have to stand in line," right? So I pulled out money out of my pocket and I paid him. I said, "Not a problem, sir. Thank you very much." And he signs it. And as he's signing it, he's talking to the Air Force cadet very, "Yeah, I travel all over the world. People want my," again, he was very, kind of disappointed, right? He
Yeah.
gives me the action figure. I go back, and now I go to Carrie, and I said, "Miss Fisher, I apologize. Um, and I'm prepared to pay. Do you mind? I'm also willing," like basically asking for an autograph. She says, "Oh, honey, you don't have to pay me for an autograph. It's an honor to autograph it." Like, she was even being a little loud about it, like for so that Billy D. Williams could hear it,
Oh
type
my
thing,
God.
right?
Really?
Yeah,
Jesus
yeah, yeah.
Christ.
Which was great. And she goes, "Thank you." She goes, "The fact that so many years afterwards, you still want my autograph, not a problem." She autographs it. She stands up. She gives me a hug and she kisses my cheek. Right. So that's my experience with Billy D. Williams and Carrie Fisher on that airplane. But yeah, that's why she's always my princess, right? Because she really was a princess. She was so stand up and amazing. I love her.
Well, I never go up to anybody. I don't really care about autographs, man. Like, I guess because I went through that so many times, I'm like, eh.
Well, this is the thing. Louis, in all the years that I ran my website and I did my thing, right? I interviewed hundreds, maybe I was thousands, just like you, right? So many
Yeah.
people, right? I would never do autographs. I would never do autographs, but I broke the rule a couple times. Harrison Ford, right? I did Carrie and Billy D. But see, I wasn't working. I went there. It was more like a fanboy, right? Even all the times that I hosted those parties at Comic-Con, now I kind of regret it because I felt like I didn't want to bother people that I was inviting to the parties and stuff like that. Like, when Stan Lee and all those, dude, I never did it. Right. I never did it. And now I kind of regret it. I'm kind of like, you know what? shit, 9 years in that business. I should have fucking gotten as many autographs and pictures as I could have. Why not? Screw it.
Well, what I did is I get the interview and I just like I figure, okay, look, I'm interviewing them. I'm in the same frame, whatever it
Yeah,
is, but it
yeah.
is. I just don't want to have that bad experience, which I feel like that's gonna happen, you know.
Yeah, like so I said, so in those 8 years that I was, doing this pretty much, right? Do you know what you do? I
Yeah.
think I only asked for 3 or 4 autographs. Oh, with the exception of when I was on set of X-Men 3 and I was able to get the entire cast to autograph a crew jacket that they gave us, right? But that was a little different, that was pretty cool.
Yeah. Hey, so right now, like I'm in an alternate area of my studio, and I'm kind of enjoying it, man. Just like chilling, have the lights low and everything, and I have to turn
Yeah.
on do all studio. So I don't know. I think like this, I could do more streams here at night if you guys support it.
Yeah, we could do it, like Art Bell style. You remember Coast? Did you ever listen to the Coast to Coast UFO stuff
Dude,
on
listen,
AM radio?
Art Bell got me through so many like
Yes, I love
drives,
Art
like driving the car like at night and not falling asleep because I
George
work
Norrie. Yeah.
I hate top 40 radio because they play the same two songs over and over
Uh huh.
again. So I discovered KFI and then it was Phil Henry. I don't know if you know that guy.
Oh my God, dude, the guy with all the voices,
Oh
dude,
my
I love
god.
that man, man.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
he's
guy
great.
I did, and especially if you don't know what's up. So I'd come back from work late and I'd listen to this guy. I didn't know his callers were fake, man. And
Yeah, he would. Yeah, he would voice all these different people, and sometimes they were very politically incorrect. So when the random listener would hear this, they would
yeah,
call the station all pissed off, and it was him basically punking everyone. We got to find some of those old audios. Those were great, man.
well, I
Phil
think he
Henry was good.
retired, man.
Yeah, but I'm sure
Um,
there's old audio of him on YouTube or something because he was classic. He was classic.
yeah, he was. There's got to be. I know he went somewhere else, but man, those were the days. But yeah, of course, I know. I know, fucking
Art
George
Bell
Norrie,
and
Art
George
Bell. Yeah,
Norrie,
yeah,
Coast to Coast Radio. Yeah.
yeah. Let me see. I'm tweeting out this stream real quick. We are live talking about Kevin Conroy. Black Panther disappoints. No, Black Panther reviews. Black Panther reviews. We're gonna talk about Black Panther next. Indiana Jones 5's reactions.
Yeah,
And
actually, and we're going to talk more about Disney as well because I talked to you a little bit earlier today, and we'll get into it later. But a lot of people are not happy with Bob Chapek. Not
well, I
happy
think
with
that would
Bob
be
Chapek
good
at all.
when we bring up Indiana Jones, right? Is
Mm-hmm.
that the best one?
Yeah,
That'd be
that's
good.
perfect timing.
Yeah, let's get that, guys. Call to arms. There's a call to arms right now. Head over to at Nuke the Fridge on Twitter and retweet the latest tweet to get, which is a promotion. Let me see if I can put it up here. It's a tweet telling people that we're live, man. Let me get that on screen real quick. Let me see, just share it. Stop screen. Blah blah blah. Share screen right here. Hold on one second. I'm working on it, ladies and gentlemen. Twitter. There we go.
It's so weird to only be the only face on your show tonight, there, Louis.
Yeah, well,
But then again, I don't think your audience could handle two good-looking guys at the same
I
time.
know, man. Okay, so retweet right here, guys. Retweet right here. I'm showing you guys on screen our Twitter. So if you guys could do me a favor, use that link, get a couple people to retweet, get some more people in here. If it's not for now, it could be on the replay. What's up, Zoe? We're doing pretty good. Amy Goodhart in the house. What's up, Amy? Thank you very much for watching today. And who do we got? Aline Bernard. Thank you very much. Let's see if anyone tweeted. Yeah, we got a couple of retweets. Thank you very much. Let's put up Nuke the Fridge back on the screen. And as I do that, don't forget Amy has a couple videos up on her channel. Oh my God, Bernadette. You want to read that, brother? She's with the super chat. Let's see some hearts for Bernadette for supporting today's stream. Read that up, man, real quick while I get this.
Rest in peace to Kevin Conroy, Batman and comedian Gallagher.
Yeah. So Gallagher passed away too. I'm not familiar with him. Are you?
What, dude? He would smash all the watermelons, bro. He had some of the greatest. Seriously, he had some of the greatest lines. I remember one of the lines of Gallagher was about how his wife would go shopping, right? And she would always come back and say, "But I save money by spending money." And he was like, "What are you talking about?" But it was on sale, right? And it was pretty funny. He was good. Gallagher was good, and the watermelon smashing. It's pretty good.
Insane, man. So two people passed away today. Two legends. Man, that sucks. That sucks, man. So let's go back here. We got Kevin Conroy. Before we get into Indiana Jones, I didn't get a chance to watch this, but did you watch the John Wick trailer?
Woo!
That
I got to
good?
tell you something. You know what? It looks good, but then trailers could be deceiving, right? You never know what it turns out to be.
Wakanda
But the
Forever, yes.
the trailer looked pretty good. Looks pretty good. The music they chose, I kind of dig it. The mood, I'm digging. People should watch this trailer. We can't share it, right? You're gonna get you get dinged or something.
Yeah, I'm sick of them always fucking with me. So I should have watched it earlier. Put some music in the background here.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you like the trailer then?
Yeah, it looked good. Yeah, listen, I like John Wick. I pretty much like everything that Keanu does for the most part.
I didn't like the last one, bro.
Really? Why not?
I think it was way too over the top. Like,
that's okay, bro. You're gonna tell me that James Bond isn't over the top, or fucking the Bourne movies are over the top? They're all over the top.
It was like almost no. It's because sense of danger for John Wick was gone. Like, he ain't gonna lose, you know?
Yeah, it was like he was like a superhero almost.
Yeah,
right?
It's like I have no, like, after a while, it's like, bro, no one's gonna beat him, bro. Get out of here. But apparently people did love it. Here, Bernadette, John Wick never disappoints. Amy liked it and everything like that.
Yep.
So yeah, nice little show today. Thanks everyone. So you can watch that on Nuke the Fridge right now, as well. And then we have this story right here. We could get into Lucasfilm. First, because everyone's gonna want to talk about Indiana Jones. Wakanda Forever. I'm seeing a lot of people did not like that movie.
Look, man, the reviews are in, and it's getting like a 94% as of this morning that I was watching. I think it was like 94% of the fans are liking it, 85% of the critics. And I won't spoil too much, in respect for the people who haven't seen it. Is it worth the $12, $15, $18, whatever you're going to pay to watch it? Listen, man, it's been a shitty year. Yeah, go watch the movie. Why not? Right? It's still a spectacle to behold. Namor is badass. His people, the Aztec, Namor's people, from Tolokan, right? They're beautiful. I mean, the costumes are fucking insane, right? It's awesome. My biggest issues with Wakanda Forever is that I didn't feel emotionally attached to scenes that should have gotten us going. You know what I mean? Like, at the very beginning, minor spoiler, guys, minor spoiler here. We already know that T'Challa dies, right? In the very beginning, they address his death because he's dying off screen, okay? And it didn't hit me. You know what I mean? It didn't hit me. And I think part of it might have been also that we all mourned Chadwick's death, 2 years ago, right? We all mourned. We've already gone through this, right? So I did not feel emotionally, invested into his death, right? And then, again, there's some cool action scenes. There's some weak points that I feel are weak. And then my biggest thing at the end, the big fight at the end, I wasn't sold. Okay, I wasn't sold. I think something was missing, and I think that maybe in a week, maybe next week when we give everyone the chance to watch the movie, we could, talk a little bit more about it. But I don't. I think it'd be unfair to go into more spoilers right now.
I noticed like Jody's Corner, like uh man, a lot of people that were hyped up for it, they didn't like it, man.
Yeah, listen, I got a friend who happens to run a website that's literally catered to the African American viewer, and his
Yeah.
comments were also, eh, you know,
I think
it's not.
I think if you're a white guy, you like it because that's all I see liking it. And the problem is, I mean, look, let's keep it a little bit real here. That's all the people they invite to premieres. So that's why we got that kind of reaction at the premieres. Hate me for saying it, but the reactions were ridiculous, and they set expectations that actually end up hurting the movie because those those guys, they were looking for words that don't even exist yet in the dictionary to compliment it. Like you get what I'm saying? It's like, oh my god, it was and it was all, and then like when you see people that are actually, the supposed target demographic, they're like, oh my god, it was awful. Like literally.
And again, there some good elements to it. Listen, there's definitely some good elements. There was some good stuff. But again, I think part of it is we already know Wakanda. There's a lot of stuff that's happening. And I'm also kind of like, it almost kind of reminded me of Eternals, that all this shit is going on in the world and there's not an Avenger or anyone else that's going to show up. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
There's like in Eternals, there's a fucking celestial being birthed out of the planet, and you're telling me no Avengers showed up? To a certain extent, that's what I felt about Wakanda. There's a whole lot of shit going on in Wakanda, but you're telling me no one's going to show up? And that's why I thought it was kind of like, okay, that's kind of a little weird, But again, was there good elements? Sure. Namor, I want to see more of him, right? But, again, I don't want to spoil too much, but we all knew that Namor, he might have been, for a minute, he's the villain, but we know he's not the villain. You know what I mean? There was something missing. To me, there's something missing. But again, I don't want to spoil it.
I know you like those movies way better than I do, but like, I don't think that company is good at making villains, honestly. And I don't think they could pull the trigger with Namor. And people were comparing him to Magneto. It's like, well, Magneto was a Fox property, I really love Magneto,
I don't see how you could compare him. I can't see how you could compare him to Magneto.
Well, I know people were. I didn't see the movie. I don't have I don't really care. Like, honestly.
Yeah. But again, listen, is it still worth going to watch? Yeah. What else do we got to do? Right. Go watch the movie. Go get a tub of popcorn and go watch it. And you make up your own mind at the end. But again, it's not, I ended up writing a review for our buddy Kelvin's website. Okay. And I posted a review and I said,
Splash Report. Yes.
Splash Report. Yeah. And I said, at the end, I said, this is not the movie that, this is not the movie that Chadwick Boseman needed or the fans, right? We needed something better. This wasn't it. Again, was it still fun? Sure. But some people right now are going so over the top on some of the reviews. And I'm like, dude, did we watch the same movie? Because
they're scared to give it a bad review. Yeah, we're not spoiling it, Amy. They're scared to give it a bad review because I don't know.
Again, go watch it. Is it still fun? Shit, dude. I'll watch a good movie and a bad movie. Hell, I've been watching, just to show you how much weird shit I watch. I normally watch, all the genre stuff. Hell, I've been watching Alaska Daily on Hulu, right? The Hillary Swank news drama shit. I watch all kinds of stuff because why not? I give everything a shot. So go watch the movie.
He's like Mikey. He likes anything.
Not anything, but I do like a lot.
Yeah. Well, okay, so I haven't even had a chance because there's a couple of Indiana Jones things floating around, and you got this article here. Indiana
Mhm.
Jones is a disaster. This is per I believe you got this from that there's early
Re-
screening.
uh,
What is going on
yes.
here?
So a website, I think it's Real News, kind of posted some information about some early screenings. Let me rephrase this: they're not early screenings; they are test screenings, right?
Right.
So, so for the folks that don't know, 6 months, a year, sometimes a year before a movie's released, the studios will put a rough cut out there with temporary, music tracks, no special effects, but they'll get a test audience in there to get an idea if it's working. And if they don't like certain things, they'll go and re-edit it. They'll go do reshoots and stuff like that, right? Well, evidently the studio is freaking out because people are not liking the test screening, right? And evidently, there's two potential endings for the movie, right? That it's not working. One of them is Indiana Jones dying, okay, and the other one is what's the actress's name? Phoebe. Oh, for the love of God!
Wise.
Yeah. So kind of her at the end, kind of like taking over the mantra, like like she'll be the new lead for the new adventures of, and this is what I want to talk about. This makes no sense whatsoever, right? This makes no sense that they're going to want to spin off the Indiana Jones franchise with someone that's not Indiana Jones, right? And at the same time, I also understand the whole dilemma that they have that, well, Harrison Ford is 80 years old, right? He's old. This guy's shit. He's about as old as Joe Biden. You know what I mean? This guy's old. Okay. And this is definitely his last movie. He said it's his last movie. There's been talk that, Frank Marshall and stuff has said, oh, we're not going to do we're not going to recast. We're not going to recast. And I got to tell you something. I think this might be of a bit of a controversial opinion. I think they need to reboot the franchise. Okay. And what I mean by that is, we know, and again, we're going into a little bit of nuts and bolts about Indiana Jones, but I'm sure you know the story, Louis. It's 1977, right? Steven Spielberg and George Lucas are on a beach in Hawaii, right? They're waiting for the movie for Star Wars to come out, pretty much, right? And no, take it back. Star Wars did come out, and George and Steven are at a beach, and they're kind of relaxing because George had a tough time, directing Star Wars. Amy says he's not 80. How old is Harrison Ford?
He's 80 years old. He was born
Yeah,
1942, July
yeah,
2nd.
he's 80 years old.
They
Yep.
waited.
So,
They waited too long
they did. They did.
to do these movies. The joke about him being old was in the mid 90s.
Yeah. Well, there was jokes when the Crystal Skull movie. We knew he was too old already then.
No, dude, in the 90s when they wanted to make more Indiana Jones,
Mm-hmm.
90s, mid 90s, the joke was he was too old to make those in the 90s.
Correct. So
Like 20 years.
let me get to my belief in this.
Yeah.
Spielberg, Spielberg tells George, I want to make a James Bond movie, right? This is Spielberg in 1977, 1978. George looked at Steven, he said, you know what? I have something better than James Bond. And he pitched him Indiana Jones, right? That's pretty much how Indiana Jones got made.
You're wrong.
What?
Indiana Smith.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Indiana Smith. Okay. You're right. Okay. So, but he
And
pitched it as
remember, the name Indiana is from what?
his dog growing up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we got to go into that one day, dude.
Yeah. I had a dog named Indiana too. So he was the greatest dog I ever had.
Are you trying to say George Lucas copied you?
Yes. No. I named my dog after
Look,
Indiana
here's the
Jones.
deal. Our knowledge of Star Wars is greater than 90% of the YouTubers that get a massive amount of views. I want to build this channel so we could talk about Star Wars. People don't know that. Okay, you'll probably debate me about this, but it's all Marcia Lucas. I think
Absolutely.
You agree with me?
Yeah, she was the one that edited the fuck at Star Wars. Star
She's
Wars
the
was a
heart of
fucking
Star
mess.
Wars. She's the heart of Star Wars.
Of A New Hope, correct.
Of A New Hope and Indiana Jones, and she ghost directed a lot of this stuff.
Yeah, Marcia Lucas was the reason Star Wars ended up working, because George was out of his mind.
George
he had
he's a good nerd. Like, he comes out with like nerdy shit, but
he's an idea guy.
Yeah, emotion and editing, Marcia Lucas. Now, don't get me wrong. There's Gary Kurtz. There's Ben Burt, John Williams. It all like, and also George with his amazing, just like sci-fi looking things, like the used galaxy and that kind of stuff. But his ex-wife, man, who cried after watching episode 1, she was the main thing. And when we get more of an audience, I want to debate all that and bring that to the forefront, because I've always wanted to talk to her.
Yeah, maybe we should, maybe we should reach out to her. All right, so listen, before we get off track. So Indiana Jones was pitched to Steven Spielberg as a James Bond franchise. My thing is, every decade or so, we get a new James Bond. Why can't we do the same thing with Indiana Jones? Okay. And I'm going to say 10, 15 years ago, hell, they could have cast. I got to say, I'd rather see Nathan Fillion play Indiana Jones, okay, over Harrison Ford at 80, right? You could go back and give me more adventures. Indiana Jones had a lot of adventures. Go back. And now something that's also interesting, and I didn't get a chance to post it on the website. I think it was Hollywood Reporter Variety just broke a day or two ago that they are looking to spin off and do a Disney Plus series of Indiana Jones. So what are they doing? It can't be a side character, right? It can't be Shia LaBeouf.
I know what it is. You know what?
What do you think it is? What do you think it is?
Is it Abner Ravenwood?
Oh, like the young story, like the early stories of Abner. But see, here's the thing.
Okay, so you guys don't, in case you don't know, because this is just fucking nerd shit about Indiana Jones. What's his first name?
Was it an Abner? Hold on.
Abner Ravenwood.
We're all now going quickly how we could. Yeah, Abner Ravenwood. Abner Ravenwood.
Abner Ravenwood is actually Indiana Jones's mentor. Like, he when he was a kid, he was the one that started teaching India about archaeology, and he's also Marion's dad.
Daddy. Yeah.
And the ironic thing is, if you watch The Last Crusade, that character in the beginning on the train, that was supposed to be him originally. If you look, Indiana Jones, they kind of alluded that his whip, his mannerisms, his love for archaeology, all orientated from that person. He took the whatever artifact.
The crucifix. So the crucifix. Yeah.
So that would mean that it would be a kid Indiana Jones, and it would be probably Adventures of Abner.
Or they go back and they kind of redo the adventures of young Indiana Jones like they did back, 25 years ago, 30 years ago. Yeah. Right. My thing is, I do believe that there's a potential big franchise here. The only thing is, I'm scared on who's doing it. Right. I do not trust Kathleen Kennedy for anything. Right. I just watched the 10th episode of of Andor. Right. And I'm like, dude, we got 2 episodes left and we're still not excited. Like, what the hell's going on?
Oh, right? with Andor?
Andor. Right. So my thing is, Kathleen Kennedy has to go. And I'm going to say something right now. I'm not the only one who is upset. It's not just fans that are upset with Disney. So, Disney stock has dropped incredibly across the board, right? Disney stock is on the floor to the point where Jim Cramer, the crazy financial guy that's on
He
CNBC, right?
apologized, right?
Right. No, Jim Cramer went on and said that Bob Chapek has to be fired because he's costing stockholders, right? So basically, if you owned $1,000 worth of stock at Disney a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, it's worth $500 or less. Okay. So the people, the stockholders, right? The stock shares have dropped. And why has it dropped? It's mismanagement, right? So it's not just the movie side. There's issues with crap that's going on in Florida or stuff that's going on at the parks. It's a lot of different things, and you could blame the pandemic and you could blame stuff, but at the same time, there's a lot of stuff that Bob Chapek is doing that's not making sense, right? One of them is keeping Kathy Kennedy as the head of fucking Lucasfilm, right? There's no reason why after she should have been fired after Solo. Why was she still why did she still have a job after the debacle of Solo? And I'm not saying that the debacle, because it wasn't a really bad movie, but whether it was marketing, whether it is, that movie cost the studio a lot of money. How do you keep someone around that lost the studio so much money? Same thing with Bob Chapek. The dude has cost the company billions, and the guy's still around. So going back to that, CNBC, so we're not talking about a geek website. We're not talking about nerds and geeks talking about it. We're talking people who are in the financial world that don't understand why Bob Chapek still has a job.
Well, also, I think he's influencing MCU a little bit.
Well, I'm sure he has some kind of influence, even though Kevin Feige, for the most part, does, control, pretty much. Look, Kevin Feige's made a lot of money for that studio. So if there's a guy who could get away with anything, it's Kevin Feige. The question, but we have to admit that there is a lot of the last few films, and I'm going to go with Thor: Love and Thunder. That movie was straight garbage. Thor: Love and Thunder was straight garbage. They got to do something. I'm hoping, Phase 4 takes a different approach, or Phase 5, or whatever the hell we're on now. We'll see.
Yeah. Well, did it seem like it was part of the ending of Phase 4, Wakanda Forever?
No, and that's the whole thing. There was nothing there. And yes, I was wrong. I thought they were gonna give us a little bit of a tease of Doctor Doom, especially since some of the early leaks that had been released was 100% correct, right? Those people that leaked that information had also leaked that Doctor Doom had been shot, right? It wasn't in there. I think, I understand what the filmmakers are saying, that they wanted to kind of close this chapter and at the same time, make it a big homage to Chadwick and to King T'Challa. And they tried, right? But at the same time, it ended, and you're kind of like, where do we go from here? I didn't really see anything that told me that there was going to be a launching point to something else. This just ended, and there was nothing else for me, but we'll see.
All right. Well, you know what? I'm not really into that's the Marvel stuff. I couldn't care less. I'm interested in Star Wars, but man, Andor is boring.
It's killing me, dude.
Did you watch the last episode?
Yeah. I'm still watching them, and I was like, oh, well, we found out someone, I'm not going to spoil it, but we just found out someone doesn't know how to swim. That was such a stupid, oh my God, it kills me, man. It's killing me because that TV show had the potential. If it was just 50% as good as Rogue One, we'd be okay. I'm starting
to think that Gareth Edwards, he probably had a good movie. Kathleen Kennedy goes, "Oh no, it's too good," and then brought Tony Gilroy in to fuck it up. Because I want to see the freaking Gareth Emery version. You know what I mean? And maybe better. Now that I'm looking at this.
Hey, listen, I'm actually looking at something right now. Let's go back to Bob
Yeah.
Chapek, something that the Wrap posted today.
Uh,
They're saying that in a Veterans Day email sent to senior staff, Disney CEO Bob Chapek laid out plans for cost management efforts as the company enters fiscal 2023, including a hiring freeze, layoffs, and budget cuts. So basically, they're going to do the same thing that Elon Musk has done on Twitter, same thing that Mark Zuckerberg is doing on Facebook. Look, the economy's not doing well. We know this, but there's going to be a hiring freeze. Okay. And Disney's in trouble. They're going to start firing people. Wow.
maybe I think it's because they want to give everyone a blue check mark.
Yeah, but they
For
announced it.
$8.
They announced it to everyone. Basically, yeah, Disney's a hiring freeze and they're cutting employees.
Well, listen. I guess this is a good moment to promote this. Oh my God, Bernadette. With I can't with Andor anymore. It's so boring. It is boring, man. And then there's people pretending it's good. I'm like, oh my God, really? I hate
Yeah.
Mon Mothma now.
It's like watching grass grow, bro. I'm telling you, it's so boring. And I'm
I
like,
think at the end of watching grass grow, you have a nice lawn. And I don't know about this.
yeah, again, I hope something changes. Again, I'm still hopeful because we still have 2 more episodes and then 12 more episodes after that because they did already light the fucking second season. That's just absolutely crazy.
Yeah, I think I'm done with Disney Plus after these 2 episodes.
Yeah, absolutely crazy.
I am watching Titans on HBO Max. Oh my God, it's so good.
Is it really?
Oh, dude, I love that show, bro.
You also told me you like Lois and Superman, so I went to go fucking watch it, and I watched both seasons. And I got to tell you something.
You didn't like it?
Nah, I can't stand his children. It was very weak.
Yeah, but you know what though? It's better than Wakanda Forever.
I don't know, man. I might have to argue that point.
But okay, so
I did not like Lois and Superman.
But check this out though. Check this out. What's it called? Titans is totally different. It's not CW. It's HBO Max, so their budget's bigger, and they have dude.
Is there good violence?
Dude, it's rated R. There's sex,
like
violence, and everything, dude. In there, blood. Yeah, it's crazy, bro. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Yeah, but I can't with Andor anymore. You're right.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys, after this, head over to Adventure Nerd. What is Adventure Nerd? It's a channel I started, and it's all about adventures. It could be Disneyland adventures. It could be Florida adventures. But right now, tonight, it's going to be an adventure on the Strip of Las Vegas because I got my homegirl, Daisy. She's going to be walking the Strip live so you could interact with her. She's going to go into all the casinos and stuff like that. It's pretty fun. So head over there. I dropped the link in the comments. We did yesterday was great. She was walking over there on Fremont, and there were crazy people all over the place. So yeah, interact, taking you to Vegas, and also don't forget Atomic Wire. Yo, drop your link in the comments, bro.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Do that right
I'll
now.
do that. I'll do that. I'm still learning the gig, bro.
I get it. Any other news?
Any other news? Hold on a second. What else did we post there? John Wick, Kevin Conroy.
James
we got
Gunn.
Indiana Jones. The other thing too. Speaking of James Gunn, and I don't know if you picked up on this, they are launching a. James Gunn and Peter Safran are setting up a roadmap that is 8 to 10 years into the future. That was also breaking like a day ago as well. Okay. So they kind of talked about it, but basically their plan is an 8 to 10 year plan, for the DCU, and they keep on talking about how it's not just going to be features; they're going to be using all the mediums, but it sounds like they're really going to focus making it one universe in the sense of whatever they're going to be saying on television,
Oh, okay.
whatever's going on in the video games, whatever's going on, it's supposed to be like encompassing. And they're trying. Listen, they keep on mentioning Marvel, right? They don't stop mentioning Marvel, right? They want to do basically what Marvel has done, and again, the thing is, Marvel did take their time, right? It's not like Marvel just started doing this, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. This has been a plan that's been going on for 12, 14 years. Marvel has been very patient. And I'm just hoping that James Gunn and Peter don't try to rush yet, right? Because I'd rather have DC take their time. Listen, if I don't see another Justice League movie, until like 8 years from now or something, I'm okay if they start building up the rest of the guys, right? Build up some backstory for Superman and Batman and Wonder Woman and all that stuff, Aquaman, Martian Manhunter, shall do all that. And then finally we have a meetup, kind of like what they did with Avengers, right? You don't have to rush it. Let's see what they do.
The problem is that we already had the Justice League. That's the problem.
So, there's
no build up. I mean, yeah, what Marvel did was like tease us in several movies. The Avengers are coming. The team's going to unite. So it's like seeing that already, and then going, hey, by the way, we're gonna not see it anymore. So that's where DC's in trouble. Like, it has its work cut out for it. I always had a theory, and I think Ben Affleck was talking about this, is they should have just, instead of Man of Steel, they should have just started with Justice League. Just all of them, put them all in there. And then have Origins after. Remember, we grew up with Super Friends. We never asked where the fuck they came from. They had, and then later they added like episodes, like, oh, this is Wonder Woman's origins, But just, you could start it off with a narration saying that in the future, crime rate went up and fucking all this shit happened. And to counterbalance that, heroes came together from different worlds and they formed the Justice League, right?
Well, it's interesting because George Miller was going to do that Justice League Mortal movie. Remember that?
Yeah, I heard about it. Yeah.
Yeah, they were literally. You realize that that movie was literally like a week away from shooting, right? The costumes were made, script was done, sets were built, actors were already in Australia, but then like a writer's strike happened, a couple things happened, right? And then the biggest thing was that Chris Nolan put his foot down. Chris Nolan was not happy that they were going to have another Batman, right? When he was still in the middle of his trilogy. Yeah. But they were going to do that.
Look, man, I like Titans, but there's a Batman in it. There's a fucking Joker in it. There's a Superman in it. There's Crypto, Superboy.
But how is Batman in it? Is he good?
He's fucking amazing, bro.
All right, I might watch it.
He doesn't come out that much, bro, but like he does something in there that's so Batman-ish.
Mm-hmm.
I think, and then the Deathstroke in there is fucking amazing, bro.
Hey, let me ask something. Have you been watching that show on Prime called Peripheral?
No.
Okay. Maybe your viewers could help me out on something. Okay. I'm going to be interviewing one of the actors, Alex Hernandez. I haven't watched the show yet, so I'm going to have to watch a couple episodes. But if anyone has any questions for this guy, maybe they could send it your way or they could send them to me. Because the truth is I haven't watched an episode yet, but I have to interview this guy next week. Does anyone like it? Has anyone seen it? Yeah, I have no idea. I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know. But dude, okay, so they have a Superboy in Titans. He
Uh-huh.
fucking he's probably the best Superman looking active Superman. Like as for a Superman, he looks fucking spot on, bro.
But isn't he like in a like jeans and a t-shirt or something?
I'm gonna show you his pic.
Yeah, post his pic.
Check it. Let me see if I could fucking when you see him in action, he's fucking perfect. Hold on, let me see. Oh fuck, I don't want to play. What the fuck? All right, let me get this out here. I'm gonna share his pic right now. Check it out. You see it?
Yeah, I guess. Huh. Yeah, he does look like the comic version. Yeah, yeah.
He looks like fucking Chris. He looks, dude. When you see him in action, it's like, dude, this is Superman.
The question that
Look
I
at
have
him right
is
there. Look at him right there.
the question is, who is he supposed to be though? Is he supposed to be
Connor
Kal-El?
can't. Look at this.
Oh,
He
all
looks
right,
like
so you're
Superman, dude.
so you're a fan.
Yeah, bro. And what the twist in it is fucking pretty insane.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm just asking. Okay. Alrighty.
The reason he wears that ass is because he's a fanboy. So there's a reason for it. Damn, we got 27 people in the house. What's up, everyone? We're just if you're late to the show, you could always rewind this stream and check it out. We talked about several things. We got a little deep. We got a little bit philosophical.
Did we?
Yeah, just say that because we want people to watch. I'm here with my man Robert from Atomic Wire, the Atomic Wire. Check it out.
Yeah. So, hey, Louie, you should come with us. Cameron and I are doing a road trip in November. You want to know where we're going? We have a crazy. Close, sorta, kind of. So we have an idea that we're going to the back gates of Area 51 in Nevada.
God.
I've done it before. We're going to go to the back gates of Area 51. We're going to plop out a couple lawn chairs, okay? We can't record. We could take a couple quick pics, like we're in the car, like towards the gate, but we can't really be videotaping there because there's big signs everywhere that says you can't videotape. But we want to sit down basically next to the gates of Area 51 and review some old alien movies. I think that we want to talk. We're going to review like Signs, Close Encounters, maybe Independence Day, but we're gonna do it for the back gates of Area 51. Unfortunately, we can't stream it because there's absolutely no reception out there. Like, to get to the back gates of Area 51, you got to take like 15 miles of dirt road to get there. But maybe you should come with us, Louie. Maybe we all get arrested.
Nah, it's okay. My record is so clean. I don't want to
really
F that up.
All right, well, Area 51.
What's up, Bernadette? What are you up to?
What's up? No, just watching y'all, and oh my god, that was a shock today hearing that with Kevin. Oh my god.
Yeah, it sucked.
Yeah, it's really bad. 66 years old and stuff like that.
Did they announce what? Did they announce, Louis, what he died of? Was it cancer?
I believe it was cancer. He was battling it for a while.
Oh, so he was sick. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that was so hard. I mean, oh my gosh. When I heard that, I was just like, I was so hurt and like grabbed my DVDs of all the the Batman series. I was like, oh my god, like hugged him. I'm like, oh, I'm like, oh, you're like the voice of Batman. I mean, just like for me, like Mark Hamill, he's the voice of Joker to me.
Yeah.
You know.
What is
Yeah.
did you guys know that Mark Hamill and Tim Curry were up for Joker?
Oh, Tim Curry was?
Yeah, and if you look and if you hear Tim Curry, he sounds just like Mark Hamill. Like they both sound the same.
Wow.
Especially when they did Pennywise.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh my goodness. I didn't know he was up for Joker.
Yeah, he was trying to voice it. What do you guys think of Pennywise in the It movie versus the TV show?
You know, dude, I like it. I like it. I prefer. I do prefer the movies.
I do prefer the movie. I was so
Yeah.
disappointed by the second one, man. Second one was off.
The first one was great.
First one was great, dude.
Yeah.
Like I was
It
like,
was great.
oh man, I was on cloud 9 with that fucker.
So you mean like the one they did in the, what was it, the 80s or 90s?
Yeah, the one with mostly the kids. The thing is, the book is I heard it's not that good. The second part.
Yeah.
So, and Stephen
Well-
King was in there, and if you notice, the joke was that I heard you don't end the stories well. That was a joke inside the movie. You know.
Well, I mean, you have to give it though, like the 80s or 90s or whatever when they did that TV series, they couldn't really actually tell the whole thing.
Oh, okay. You're talking
Yeah.
about I'm talking about like chapter 1 was in the 80s, but
Yeah.
But the movie, it was in 91 or something like that. It was Tim Curry. It was, how would I say? Dude, what's it called was in there too. Seth Green or what? The guy from fucking Family Guy.
Yeah. But they couldn't tell the whole story of the book because it was all PC back then. You know, they couldn't tell the real story.
Back then, we were less
toned it
PC
down.
than. It was just bad, you know.
Yeah.
That is
I mean, it was okay. It was cute. You know. I mean, if you read the book, which I read it a long time ago. I read the book, and it's a little bit more detailed, a lot more gruesome, weird, very, very gross.
Yeah, it turns out that we'll talk some spoilers. It turns out Pennywise is an alien.
Yeah. And then I think there was, if I remember right, there was some what do you call that? Where inbreed kind of stuff going on.
Inbreed.
Like, it was something like that. I remember something weird like that in the book. It's been a long time since I remember reading the book, but it was something weird. It was just something like,
Can you do that again? Wait, hold on. The viewership just went up. All right, gotta go, guys. It's weird because the part where you it went louder than anything you do. So weird.
Really?
Yeah. But you know what, Stephen King, I really loved. What movie is The Mist? Love that one. Frank Darabont. I love that movie, man.
That ending, bro. The ending of The Mist.
Dude.
That ending was fucking fantastic. It was wonderful. Yeah, that's a great movie.
I swear
That's a
to
great
God, though,
movie.
that lady, the preacher later, that lady, she was like, that's my auntie. That was my auntie. I swear to God, she was like that lady. She just preached wherever she was, and
Yeah.
God,
It was
I was
creepy,
like, oh
dude.
my God, that's my aunt.
It was creepy.
It was a good movie, though. It really was.
Yeah, it was.
It really was. Yeah, it was.
All right, let's see what Nikki. If we're being honest, King can't write an ending. Well, that was a joke in the movie. I've been a fan for 30 years, but facts are facts. It seems like every movie tries to create an ending with closure. You know what was a strategy in the early 2000s, I guess. And J.J. Abrams was really good at this. Like his way of writing would glue you to the TV because it'd get more and more complex and the mystery box and this and that. And you realize that they didn't even know what the fuck the ending was. You know what I mean? We were like, what's gonna happen here? And they didn't know. So if you notice like Lost and all the Lost and Heroes, the endings are all cop-outs. Like almost like you know what I mean? It's like there's no end. And Star Wars, his Star Wars was a cop-out, but he didn't really have to cop out on that because like when Mascanata has the lightsaber of Luke, they could explain that shit. I didn't want to read a book. What is that?
I'm trying to pretend that, I can't figure out which ones I dislike the most, the prequels or the sequels.
Sequels, right? Bro.
Man, because
sequels.
I got to tell you.
Watch the prequel again and they feel like they're heading somewhere.
Well, I think the only reason I like the prequels more is because we have so much of the animated series. We have the Clone Wars and we have Rebels to fill in. But I got to tell you something. I totally hate, now looking back after a few years, I really hate that trilogy.
Which
right?
One?
I really, the sequel trilogy, I absolutely hate
the Rise of Skywalker is so bad.
It's not as bad as The Last Jedi. Like, I really loathe The Last Jedi.
Well, it's because of The Last Jedi that we got Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah, but then it was too much. There was too much fan service and all that crap as well. It was just a little too much, man. Just a little too much. So Louis, what sorry, go ahead, Bernadette.
Oh, no, go ahead. No, you go ahead. No, go on.
So Louis, what is your favorite Stephen King movie?
Well, it's got to be, oh man. Okay, look, it's a tie between The Mist and It Chapter 1, but the problem with It Chapter 1, it's attached to It Chapter 2. You get what I mean? So that's the problem. Like, I like, for example, look, again, I like The Force Awakens a lot, but it's attached to the other movies, so I can't watch them anymore.
You're telling me you prefer The Mist over The Shining?
Fuck, man. I gotta be honest with you, bro. I like Dr. Sleep more than The Shining.
See, really? But he hated The Shining. He hated that movie.
I didn't hate it.
He hated it.
It scared the shit out of me.
No, Stephen King hated the movie.
I know.
So,
yeah.
I mean, it was good. I mean, it was. I mean, what they did to poor Shelley Duvall.
Shelley Duvall.
Is Dr. Sleep part of his book? Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's the second part. I mean, I honestly did like it. I really did.
You gotta watch the extended version. The extended version is.
I bought it. Yeah, I have it, and it's. I love it. I really freaking do. I love that movie. I really do. I thought it, honestly, and I'm so sorry to the originals out there, but I thought it was really freaking good. I really did. I mean,
well, it's not a remake.
People didn't like it. I mean,
people like that
part
movie.
of it. It was good. It was interesting. It was just kind of like you kind of knew where it was, where he got his shining from, aka Tony, his finger, who he was talking to and everything, and that it made a lot of sense. And the I thought the girl that they got to play Shelley was pretty good. She kind of really did look like her in a way. Some ways, not all the time, but they did a good job with that. I think they did a pretty good job.
Rebecca brings up a point here. I don't like scary movies, but I watched The Mist. Great movie. Exactly.
Mm-hmm. It was great. It was.
Yeah, Darabont is great. it's unfortunate that he got screwed over,
By The Walking Dead.
by The Walking Dead. But yeah,
Well,
I love Frank
you know who
Darabont.
got screwed over the most is from The Walking Dead.
Who's that? Besides Frank Darabont, who?
More than him,
Who?
George Romero. They fucking ripped off his entire zombie shit, bro. Come on, those are Romero zombies, bro. Those are Romero zombies.
Yeah, but I mean,
Come on,
sure,
bro.
okay,
They're lumbering. They get hit in the head. They die. It's the same fucking shit.
sure.
That guy
What
got the wrong end of the stick for everything, bro. His original movie got fucking public domain. That guy never could catch a break. Sorry, Bernadette.
What is the zombie movie with John Leguizamo in it, where they were all trapped in a
That's
mall?
Land of the Dead. I didn't like that one.
You didn't like it? See, I kind of did.
Was that the one? Was that the one that happened in Vegas or some shit? Or
That's Zack
No.
Snyder's Army of the Dead.
no. There was the one with Johnny Legs. Isn't it? Well, that there's like a city
Yeah.
that. Yeah. And it takes. Yeah, I remember that vaguely.
You know why I didn't like it?
Why is that?
Because, okay, number one, like, one thing that's weird about George Romero, he bitched about Zack Snyder's zombies, right? Because they run.
Okay.
And it's like, he goes, how could zombies run? They're dead. And it's like, bro, you have zombies that are thinking in yours. They're practically talking,
Mm-hmm.
you know? So it's like, yo, do you watch your own movie? And then the endings of all those movies were always morbid. Spoiler alert. Night of the Living Dead. The black guy is the one that makes it through the night and then he gets shot in the head. You know what I mean? At the end, he's the one that makes it. He's the logical guy. He's the hero of the movie, the main character. And
Wasn't that Ken Foree?
well, he simply walks out of the fucking house and then they shoot him. So it's morbid, right?
Damn.
And then what is it? Dawn of the Dead? No. Is it Dawn of the Dead? I forgot the ending of that.
What it was called with Leguizamo. I thought that was that Dawn of the Dead was called, where they were all trapped in the mall.
Well, Land of the Dead has a happy ending. That's why I didn't like it. The one in the mall is called Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah, that's the one I'm thinking of. But
There's two of them. There's the Romero one, and then there's the Zack Snyder, James Gunn. And then there's Matthew brings up Return of the Living Dead. Yeah, those are smart zombies. Brains. Remember those? The punkers?
Well, you know what I did like though? Shaun of the Dead. Oh, that was funny.
excellent.
Yeah,
was
Shaun of the
funny.
Dead was good. I just watched Dawn of the Dead, Zack Snyder's Dawn of the Dead, about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
Dude, it's a fun movie, bro.
it's good.
It's a fun movie. It's a fun
Yeah.
movie.
Zack
it's a fun
Snyder's
movie.
best.
Yeah, it's a fun movie.
But you know, it was
Totally
written
a
by
fun movie.
James Gunn, right?
Yeah, it was. It was. I remember, dude. I remember covering the red carpet premiere. They did it at a mall somewhere in Hollywood. I can't
Oh,
remember where.
really?
Yeah, it was a good. They did it, and it was funny because they had hardly anybody covering the red carpet. There was probably maybe only like 12 outlets altogether, right? And I was kind of like, dude, this guy's pretty good. And again, there's a lot of things that I personally like about Zack Snyder. I think he's a good director. I think a lot has to do with the death of his daughter. That caused a lot of the issues with the Justice League stuff, obviously, right? But look I like Man of Steel. I didn't have a problem, with Batman versus Superman, but Zack Snyder and listen, and I know you don't like it, but I love The Watchmen. I absolutely love The Watchmen. So, yeah.
Well, I
Yep,
think
yep.
the main difference between like DC and Marvel is that DC could make a movie like The Watchmen, and they could also make V for Vendetta and the Dark Knight trilogy, and Marvel can't.
Oh, I like V for Vendetta.
V
That
for
was
Vendetta
good.
is excellent.
Yeah.
And I know people
Yeah.
want to say it's not DC. It's like, dude, it is DC. It's under their umbrella.
Yeah.
Yeah,
V-
it was.
V for Vendetta was fucking like, oh my
That was
god.
awesome. That was a good movie.
Yeah.
Such a good.
You know.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys, we gotta wrap up. Any last thoughts you want to share in there, Robert?
Look, man, I want people to be more engaged, and maybe if they tell us what they want us to talk about a little bit, maybe, right? Kind of let you know ahead of time. But I think that maybe we try to be a little bit more consistent on Nuke the Fridge.
Yeah,
I
we
know you
will.
have some. I know you have some thoughts about what you want to do, and yeah, absolutely.
Well, we're not. Well, okay. Look, we because I say no, don't leave us. Are you subscribed to Adventure Nerd? That is where we're going right now because Daisy's gonna go live. I am not on there live, but you could go on there. I'm gonna drop the link right there so you could join. Subscribe. Hopefully the feed's clearer today. I worked on some things. So yeah, I mean, look, this week has been difficult because I'm under the weather. So I have to push through that. And I'm starting to feel much better. I just need to rest a little bit. And then we're the war room continues, and the community here is motivating me every day. So we got great people like what's up?
I was going to mention. I think I told you, Louis. We're going to have a little bit of coverage of Comic-Con Singapore in the middle of December. Alrighty, B's headed out there.
Yeah,
we're going to give you a little bit of a tour of what a Comic-Con looks like in Asia. Granted, it's Singapore, so it's like rich, crazy Asians type stuff, But let's see how they do things in Singapore.
Hey, Bernadette, I was going to ask you a question. Are you near Arizona?
Well, I'm Colorado, so yeah, I guess.
Are you closer to Arizona than you are LA?
Oh, definitely.
Yes, Colorado, bro.
Okay.
Are you what are you like northern Colorado? What part of Colorado?
Denver.
Okay. My daughter goes to school. My daughter goes to school over at University of Colorado, Fort Collins.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, she's out there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, Robert didn't go last time because he's a bum. But I will be here. Let me see. July 7th through 8th. Let me see. I'm gonna drop this so you guys can see it. We're gonna be heading to Arizona. And this year, he's probably gonna go this year because you guys see that?
Yep.
Yes.
Robert England.
Robert England's gonna be in the house. This is Man Monster in Arizona.
Oh my God, that would be a freaking dream of mine.
Renaissance Phoenix Glendale Hotel. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday on July 7th at 9th. And we got Robert England, Damian Leone. Where's he from? I don't. Wait, and then David Howard Thornton, who's
that's from the Terrifier.
Yeah, Terrifier. And this is just the beginning. They don't announce all the guests till later, just so you know. So
wait. Who's that? Damien? He's cute. Who's that?
And if you look, he's looking at you too.
I know. Hi.
Say hi to him. There you go. Say hi, Damien. But you know what's crazy, Bernadette? Freddy's also looking at you.
Look at me.
Hey,
Look at me. I don't care. I'll be your whatever in your nightmare. I don't care. I freaking love Freddy. I mean, I grew up on Freddy. He makes me laugh.
Hey, Louis, I gotta ask you: have you watched the Terrifier?
No, because it's in select theaters.
Yeah, well, I'm saying, but how about Terrifier 1? That Terrifier 1 came out like 4 years ago. Did you watch that one?
No, is it good?
No, I'm curious because
I'm hearing
how about
the
anybody
second
here?
Way better.
Yeah, but I'm curious if anybody here has seen the movie because, dude, it's kind of crazy. That movie was made with Terrifier 2 was made with what I'm hearing like $250,000, right? which is a lot of money, but in
Yeah.
the movie world, that ain't nothing. And it's broke. It's over $10 million so far at the box office. So good for them. That's a huge.
I
hit for a
gotta
low-budget
be
movie.
honest with you though. It looks cheap.
Well,
So
Yeah.
if you're planning to make a movie, let me know. We'll make a movie. Bernadette will be the final girl.
The screen, what they call them, scream queens.
No,
Should
they're
be a
the
scream
final
queen?
girl. The final girl.
Oh, that stays alive? Actually stays alive in full blood and just kind
Yeah.
of about it?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah, you're the final girl. Jamie Lee Curtis.
You know what? Throw me. Yeah, well, from the last movie, be better than that shit.
The last movie was fucking awful, dude.
Oh,
What the fuck?
God. Yeah, I don't even want to get started with that one. No.
Yeah.
Oh, so you
But
want to hear
yeah,
something? You want to hear something
Girl with
funny?
all the blood and like,
You want to hear something funny?
Hmm.
So they announced on the official Halloween things like Halloween Ends is coming to digital, and then I go on there and my response was, "Is the movie included?" Because you don't know with this fuckers, man. And then I look and some people are like, "Could we have a different version?"
Yeah, no shit.
This one
Hey, Louis.
sucks. Oh my God. I'm glad
What happened,
Halloween ended.
What happened?
Last week we talked about that Camp Crystal Lake crap that they're doing, right?
You know what? Okay, so because dude, when it comes to movies, we just keep going. But look, here's the deal. You posted about it. It's on nukethefridge.com. And I was like, okay, Peacock, why? It's gonna be a TV show, a series based on Pamela Voorhees, who's Jason's mom, because Paramount does not have the right to Friday the 13th or Jason, right?
Oh no, but I posted an update though afterwards. Variety did clear it up. Basically, they got all parties involved. So the people who own the original the concept of the original movie, and then the people who own the films. So basically, yes, it's going to include Jason as well. So there was an update, and they kind
And let me ask you
cleared
one
it up.
thing. Okay, first of all, I'm gonna say then that's an epic fail. It should be in the theater. But the only thing that could change my mind is this question for you: is A24 involved?
Probably.
Because I heard A24 is involved. A24 is involved, and all bets are off. That studio's on fire. A24 brought the X movie and Pearl.
Oh, okay.
Have you heard of those?
Yeah, people are liking those.
Watch, I'll show you Pearl. Yeah, I told you about it.
You guys, what did you guys think of Freddy versus Jason? I know it wasn't the
I
greatest
loved
movie.
it.
Yes.
I loved
You know what
it.
I wish though? Do you know honestly what I wish? Okay, you got Freddy, you got Jason, right? One is funny, one is. I wish they would bring Chucky and Michael Myers, and they can like team up, and maybe like Freddy with one of them and Chucky with the other one, like one funny, one quiet.
You mean
I
as a
wish they would
sequel?
square up. Something,
That-
I don't know, whatever. It's just something like.
Well, they
you
were
know, I
gonna
wish
bring.
they
They were gonna bring
Ash. They were going
Yes.
to do Bruce Campbell. Hail to the King, baby. They were going to bring Ash from the Evil Dead series. That's what they wanted to do.
Yeah,
That
but-
might have been interesting.
Yeah, they were gonna have Freddy get in Jason's head.
Yeah, but you got the two funny guys. You got Freddy, you got Chucky. They're the funny ones, right?
Well,
then you
no,
got the
Ash.
two
Ash
ones.
is way funnier though.
Well, yeah, I guess, but I mean, I'm a Chucky fan, so.
Man, I gotta disagree. I hate Chucky.
Louis, why?
Check this out, guys.
Chucky's hilarious.
I need to be famous, Wayne. All the best people are.
Nobody else.
Have you guys seen this?
You know what?
That looks really good.
Not yet. Not yet.
This is part one.
Our days of struggling may soon be over.
Hollywood, here we come.
So this is it. Our own studio backlog.
Dude, you gotta watch this tonight, bro. If you don't work
for
tomorrow.
a place to stay.
Oh, yes, sir.
That's why I love this whole bitch. My wife, her was next door. So I would appreciate a little discretion.
Are you working tomorrow, Robert?
Yeah.
God
He don't know
damn
what
it.
we're doing, does he?
Well, it's better to beg for forgiveness than ask for permission.
Would you like to come inside? I want to be in the movie.
Well, you can't. The story can't just change midway through.
If Daddy catches us, there's no telling what he might do.
My wife is not well. It happens after dark.
It feels like Friday the 13th.
You don't want to leave, do you?
People's eyes are gonna pop out of their damn skulls when they see this.
What?
Yeah.
Are you all right?
No.
Yeah, that movie's insane, bro.
Actually, that looks interesting.
Yeah, dude,
What's
you'll
that?
like it. Huh?
What's it on?
It's available now for streaming. I mean,
So like
you
on
have to
Prime.
buy it.
Yeah.
You have to buy it or rent it. What I mean, you could get it on like Amazon, Movies Anywhere. I would get it on Movies Anywhere or Hulu.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, I might watch it. I might watch that movie. That looks pretty good.
Wait, was that a big piece of bologna she was cutting? Because I swear to God, I've seen a big piece of bologna like that before.
Here's the prequel. Watch. This movie's excellent, bro. Like, I didn't want it to end.
Please, Lord, make me the biggest star the world has ever known, so that I'll make it far, far away from this place.
Now, caring for your family during these times is admirable, but you only get one take at this life.
If only they would just die.
Pardon?
Nothing. I want to be special, dancing up on the screen like the pretty girls.
Yeah,
in
this
pictures.
movie's insane, bro. I feel like watching it.
I will not let you leave this farm again.
I'm worried there may be something real wrong with me.
Rumor has it they only take one gal per town.
We're looking for someone with X Factor.
Has to be me.
How about a film nobody else has seen?
Is it legal?
Will be eventually.
I know what I've done. Bad things. Terrible, awful, murderous things. I want to be loved from as many people as possible. But truth is, I'm not really a good person.
So
That,
I got
holy shit! I gotta see it. I gotta see it. I gotta
bro,
watch it.
the style, it's so like the cinematography is top notch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
yeah.
getting from this? I'm getting the psychopath Wizard of Oz Dorothy. Dorothy kills.
Yes, the second one. Okay, the first one's like kind of like blaxploitation 70s, but it takes place in
Yeah.
the 70s. The next one is in the 20s, and then the third one is actually 80s.
Well, I'm off Sunday and Monday. I know what I'm doing this Sunday and Monday. I'm going to catch up on some of these movies. Louis, did you watch the Dahmer series on Netflix?
No.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Louis, you got to watch it. It's pretty good. And for those who haven't seen it, they do show like a clip of John Wayne Gacy, and they also
Mhm.
show a bit of Ed Gein. And Ed Gein's the inspiration, like for Texas Chainsaw.
Yeah, but it's too loose. We were talking about that the other day. They reach way too much, bro.
Can I ask you, Atomic Wire? Have you ever been to the Zach, the Mystery House in Las Vegas?
No.
Where they have the actual artifacts and everything of all of Ted Bundy and of him, I forget his name, John Wayne, and
John Wayne
the
Gacy. Yeah. Okay.
yes, and
No.
Jeffrey
No. No. I
Dahmer
have.
glasses.
Huh. What's the place called?
Zach Bardry, I think, the ghost hunter guy. He owns the haunted museum.
Oh. Zach Baggins.
Baggins. There you go. Okay.
Yeah,
Zach, I know
Baggins.
that, but like Zach. But
yeah. Okay.
when I went there last year on Halloween weekend, and oh my god, that place! It's very heavy. It's very you're just like, woo.
Maybe Louis, when we maybe I drag Louis to Area 51, and before we get to Area 51, we go to that museum. What do you think, Louis?
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry, my hearing just left.
You don't want to go.
Hold on.
Don't be a downer. Come on, you have to go. Seriously.
Here's the trailer for the third movie, the final one, Maxine, set in the 80s.
Okay.
The teaser, though.
Good music.
Yep.
This is gonna be insane, dude. This may be my most anticipated right now.
That's funny.
Yeah, but trust me.
So Louis,
up.
so Louis, I have to ask you a question, because I know that on a couple of my podcasts that I've done with Cameron and a few friends, we kind of discuss what we feel that might be missing in some of these movies, right? And a lot of the new horror movies. And I'll make an example. Halloween Ends, right? They're not afraid to kill a fucking kid in the first fucking 2 minutes of the movie. That, by the way, the scene of that kid falling out of that balcony, out of the from the top floor and fucking cracking and breaking his neck. That was a good death scene. I was hopeful at the movie.
Okay, so like, I agree with you, man, and we're arguing because fucking that's what movie nerds do. But that scene is great, but so is the jet scene in Top Gun, and they both have nothing to do with Halloween movies.
Okay, no, but what?
And Michael Myers.
No.
You know what I mean?
But my argument here has been,
yeah.
And tell me if you think I'm right. They've gotten away from what made some of these 70s and 80s movies, good, right? And so here's, and it might sound
being brutal.
No. Hear me out for a second.
I don't want to.
Okay. They were never afraid to show a boob in any of the 80s horror films. True or not true?
True.
Okay.
Halloween, the new series did not show any nudity. No, and that's not Halloween.
So that's my argument. There was a point in Halloween Ends when her coworker, she's boning the fucking doctor or whatever it is, right? Or she's about to, and she changes into a little night thing or whatever. And again, it's not like I need to see it, but I'm saying,
I needed to see it.
But you understand what I'm saying? I feel like they're afraid to show nudity because of maybe the Me Too shit that's happened. But I've made the argument people weren't afraid to see nudity in the Game of Thrones series, right? So why do you think they're so afraid to show nudity in horror films today?
Well, I feel like,
and that was going to be the segue to, obviously, the X and Pearl and Maxine have to do with porn, right? Do they show any nudity in the first two movies?
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
So they weren't afraid. They weren't afraid, and the movie's good.
Okay, but
the movie's good.
Okay, so we're also talking about John Carpenter's 1978 film is production-wise and studio-wise as being independent filmmaking is more in line with A24, what A24 is now, and the new Halloween movies are corporate entities with Blumhouse, because Blumhouse used to be like the independent thing, but it's become more corporate. So it's like, I don't know if Bernadette and I were talking about this, or somewhere I was talking about this. People are more cool with showing their kids or watching blood than a boob. Like people, like kids are allowed to watch blood, but they're not allowed to watch boobs, and it's weird.
No, again, I want to be very clear. I don't think kids should be watching.
Well, yeah, but what I'm saying is they do. They do though. Let's be real.
Correct.
I'm
but
talking
with
about
that said,
kids, and I'm talking about teenagers. They sneak into the movie, No,
got it. And that's my point. When we were kids, right? When we were 12, 13 years old, and we're watching a horror movie, and you saw a boob, that was kind of part of the thing, right? Like you're like, oh, cool. Now, my point is, I feel like a lot of the new horror films today, and we can't say it's just because it's corporate, because fucking Game of Thrones is HBO, and it's been nothing but sex. You understand what I'm saying? And that kind of leads to a question to your viewers. And I know we have a lot of women that a lot of female viewers here right now, based on what I'm seeing. Are women getting offended nowadays because there's a boob on screen?
No.
What do you say, Bernadette? No?
I don't care. Okay. I mean, a boob is a boob. My God. We all have them. For God's sake. It's like, but I mean, like with a guy's junk, I don't want to see that. But I mean, boobs.
Well, you will in X.
Whatever. They're beautiful. Boobs are beautiful to me, but that's just me. But
that's funny.
I mean, it's like, in the 80s, you did see that a lot with a lot of movies where you just see in horror movies, especially girls running and their boobs flapping in and out and whatever. It's like, okay, I guess that's what we do when we're scared. Boobs come out. But I mean, I don't get offended by that. It's just kind of like, okay, well, I mean, sometimes I feel like, well, that really wasn't necessary. You don't have to put that in there, but they're trying to get viewers. They're trying to get people, especially with guys. Guys love boobs.
Yeah, but I don't go to a movie to watch that. I want to see like a weird.
No, but do you get offended when you see boobs come out?
No, but I could do without them. Here's a weird part. I could do without gore. Like, I'm not really into that. Like, I'm more intrigued, like what motivates the killer or what supernatural entities behind it. And stuff like that. And
see, to me, Louis, I think if it makes sense in the story, right? So an example would be, right, if it makes sense of the story, obviously X has to do that they're filming a fucking porno in the middle of nowhere. I mean, you're going to have to see a boob or two, right? Same thing with Game of Thrones, right? They're not hiding it, right? But to me, Halloween Ends, in story-wise, like, I think when her coworker got stabbed up against the wall, right? I think it would have been more terrifying, right, if she was there because she was walking out of a bathroom, whatever it is, and she was, it brings more fright, right? So imagine if someone breaks into your house, right? Not only are you afraid because they break into your house, but if you're the most vulnerable position because you were nude, right? That makes sense. And to me, it seems like some studios are really afraid because they think it's going to offend people. And I think they've got to.
Let's get one thing out of the way. That Halloween movies, they were a Jamie Lee Curtis film.
Mhm.
That's all you have to know.
Yeah.
And for some
Well,
reason,
for
like
Hollywood, though, for Hollywood, sex sells. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to matter. It doesn't. They put whatever in there, especially with women, especially with girls. I mean, do we see a lot of guys just balls out getting killed? No, we don't. We see girls with boobs out getting killed. But
Well,
that's what people might want to see more than a guy's junk.
they kill guys though in movies.
Yeah, but you never see their junk though, Lewis. You never see the bottom half, their mushroom head or whatever. You never see any of that.
Well, you can
It's
see them on my OnlyFans if you want to pay.
All right, I think that's my cue.
I think he wants to leave. All right, guys. Hey, Adventure Nerd is gonna go on right now. I'm waiting for Daisy to give me that call. Adventure Nerd.
I'll be on there.
Yeah, you're a mod.
Adventure Nerd.
Yeah, and then Robert, thank you very much. Check out Atomic Wire.
All righty, yeah, guys. Listen, I appreciate it, and let's plan on doing this again. And for the people who are new to seeing me, please go on the Atomic Wire on the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Like, subscribe. I'm trying to build that thing up again. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm for sure gonna do that. Nice meeting you, Atomic Wire. I'm for sure
By the
doing
way,
that.
it's Robert. Okay.
Okay, Robert.
And
Nice meeting
his
you.
channel has no junk.